I just picked up a 2004 Yamaha YFZ450. Got it for an insanely good price. Apparently the dude had a bunch of work done to it. He said it was sitting for a while and he never really started it. And he showed me paperwork. It was just done like 8 months ago. So he said he got a new cylinder, new pistons, new rings, and he says it runs good. So picked this thing up for 1,700 bucks. He had it listed for 2,500, and I got him down to 1,700. He lived pretty close, wasn't too far, about half an hour. So an hour full round trip. So as you can see, it does need some work. Plastics are super faded. It was like left outside for a while before he got to it and got the work done to it. So plastics are super faded. It's got GYTR exhaust. And there's a pretty decent sized dent right here. The rear brake light, it's broken, no bulb. It's got beadlock wheels. The passenger front headlight, he said it did not work. Let's see, it's got wider A-arms. As you can see, I don't really know what brand these are. It's got different, let's see, a Lone Star handlebar. Needs grips. It's got electrical tape around both sides. Let's see. I noticed some of the bolts were missing for the plastics as well. Some of the sprocket bolts for the chain are loose. At least 2 of them are. It's got the K-saver on it. Looks like oil is kind of leaking through here from the dipstick. Needs an oil change. It's pretty dark. It could need the O-ring seal on the dipstick. Maybe that's why it's leaking. Let's see. It's super dirty. This guy lived down a red mud dirt road out in the country. So he had some land out there. I tested it out, it seemed to run pretty decently. But I just want to get this thing looking pretty good. You know, freshen out the plastics, clean it up. It's got GYTR heel guards. Front bumper, I don't know if that's the brand on it or not. I don't really know what brand that front bumper is. Looks to be a stock rear grab bar. The tires in the front looks kind of funny. Like they're kind of skinnier than I'm used to. You can see like the wheels kind of stick out further than the tire. So it's probably a skinnier tire than what they call for. But it's a pretty clean bike. After I clean it up, it should be. Missing a few more bolts up here. Looks like a bolt is broken off in part of the frame. Even had a sticker whenever he did the work on the engine. So it wasn't too long ago. Let's see. Decent rear tire. Front tires are still pretty decent too. So the VIN, not scratched. I don't know why, but a lot of the VINs have this like the paint is like worn off on the VIN, but it's not scratched because you can still see the numbers. So the 10 digit from the left is a 4, so it is in fact a 2004. And my previous video had another YFZ and the swing arm. You are saying that it's from a 2004 or 2005, but the on the frame the VIN says 2006. So this one is in fact a 2004. I can tell now from the swing arm. Before when y'all said that in the comments, I wasn't really sure what we were talking about, but now I can tell. The 2006 year models and up have the more rounder swing arm for the carrier, and this one's kind of like, you know, rigid in. So it's also got the park and brake delete. As you can see, there's no lever up here. Usually it's right about here, just kind of pulls around. So I just want to clean this thing up. I'm gonna power wash it. You see there's a bunch of dirt. As you can see, it's super dirty. Overall, it's all there though. Looks like it's got a new rear brake master cylinder. Oh, and the rear brakes don't actually work. So I'm thinking it probably needs blood, or the fluid's super dirty and clogging up the lines. The front brakes do work though. And as far as the air filter goes, like I said, he lives down a dirt road. Super muddy when it rains. And he does have an open air box, so it's not really good for his situation, but he has the air filter pre-filter on it too. Got the what is that, Ron Wood Racing intake with a K&N filter. Yeah, it is pretty dirty though, as you can see. Pretty worn out. I'm gonna clean it up and see how it looks later on, probably in the next video. He says he has the trickle charger connector for the battery, but he was telling me that he did not need to use it for a couple months, so he says the battery should be good. Does not drain after a long period of time. So pretty decent quad for the price I got it at. So when these things are cleaned up, they usually run for 35 to 4 grand when they're looking nice and looks new. But yeah, like I said, this one needs some work. So we're gonna try to bring these plastics back to life. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna sand them, and I'm gonna go ahead and use a heat gun on it, see if it brings it back, probably in the next video. Because I need to grab some more sandpaper. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a power washer out and clean it up. So we got her all cleaned up. As you can see, the swing arm came out pretty nice. As you can see, the engine came out super clean. So you remember before the jug or the cylinder part right here, that was like super new compared to the rest, and now it's all cleaned up. Came out pretty good. I think whenever I do the plastics and that turns out good, I'm gonna get the magic eraser and clean up the wheels a little better. Those will go back to clean chrome. You know, I'll clean up the exhaust better. That'll turn out really good. As you can see, the wheels, you know, I can kind of wash off the dirt from the wheel, but turned out pretty good. So next video, I'm gonna clean up the plastics, see if they'll come back. You know, it's super faded. The heat gun should take that right out, and maybe some sanding too. I'm gonna order up a new brake light. The sprockets need to be tightened up. You know, I might do a brake fluid flush on it, or just bleed it and see if the rear brakes will come back. Order up new grips for it because this tape's not gonna hold up very long. I gotta order up a bulb for the right side headlight. You know, do the oil change, clean up the air filter with the Canyon air filter cleaner kit. Trying to figure out what else I need to do to it. See, I can't really get to the coolant to see if that's topped off, but that'd be a good idea to check. The steering stem's pretty tight. The A arms are tight on there, not loose, so there's not a bunch of play. So yeah, next video I'll order up those parts. Should come in like a week, and should be up and going. Give her a start. See if she'll run. So by the end of next video, this should be a almost double the price of what I got it for. So we'll see how it comes back. See how she runs. You know, with the open air box, the carburetor could need tuning. It could backfire and spit flames depending on how the jets are inside of them, inside the carburetor. As you see, it's got new gaskets for the stator and the top end. So he did show me the paperwork on it too. It was a local dealership, so I believe what the previous seller said about him getting some work done to it. And he sent me videos of it running. It ran pretty good. So